Good morning, everybody. I wanted to clarify something that I said on Sunday during my message. The message that I gave was all about transferring your child's dependence from you to God. And in a conversation that I had with a parent this week, it came up that there was a little bit of confusion um, as to what I meant by that, because the parent said to me that she always wanted her kids to need her, and to be there for them. And so we got into a discussion, and I was able to clarify it for her, and she thought it would be a great idea if I just put it out there to help other people who might have thought the same thing. So, I wanted to talk about the difference between dependence and relationship. And the way I voiced it to her was that I view dependence as, like, for my kids, my relationship with my kids. If I were the only one in their lives and I completely removed myself from their lives, they would die. They would undergo severe harm and die because they absolutely need me to live. They need me for things. So that's dependence. Where severe harm or death would occur. A relationship, on the other hand, is something where both parties, both individuals benefit in some way. Friendship, that's a relationship. And while losing friends hurts, it does hurt. If I lose a friend, I'm not going to die. Severe harm won't have happened. If that does happen, if severe harm, or death happens because I lost a friend, then somewhere along the way, that went from being a relationship to a codependency or a dependency issue. And so that's something we have to think about. So I brought that up because of this conversation with the parent. And, she expressed that concern that if we transfer our child's dependence from us to God, then what's left? The reason why I needed to bring this up was because it turned out to be an assumption. It was just an assumption I was operating under, that we were transferring the relationship dynamic from one of dependence to one of relationship. The parent's priority is to transfer that dependence from themselves till their child is dependent on God. But that doesn't mean that you have no relationship. That's not an abdication of the relationship. It means that you're changing the dynamic of the relationship. And that's important because you want it to get to the point where your kid still needs you, still looks to you, but that if without you they won't undergo severe harm. They won't die. We can talk a whole lot about what it means to be dependent on God and what harm and death would occur in the spiritual realm without God, but ultimately we want to transfer that dependence from them needing us to them needing God, because there are some things, especially we're talking in the spiritual realm and how that lives out in life, that only God can provide. So I hope that helps you. I know it helped me. The voicing the realization that I wasn't talking about getting rid of your relationship with your child or having them not need you at all or even want you at all. It was a change of dynamic from dependence to relationship rather than just being dependent from the beginning to the end. So I hope that was helpful. I know it was for me personally. It helped me to clarify that, to voice that out there. Hope you have a good day and transfer that dependence.